Okay, YouTube Nation. So, now that we have one troublesome trainmaster set aside, we're going to take a break in between troublesome trainmasters, and we're going to head on to this guy. This is the Tyco 462 Pacific that I picked up at the Greenberg show in mid-August. And when I put it on the test track at the Greenberg show, it didn't run. The light was on, nobody's home. And strangely enough, I could see traction tires over here. And I've serviced many Tyco Mantua locomotives. This is the first one that I've come upon with traction tires. And it's not one of those Tyco Power Torque locomotives because the motor would be in here, but this is the sort of tender that I would see on a Mantua locomotive. So now I'm eager to get this thing running. Just as a reminder that when I did come upon this thing, the cab's loose, and it's because the little screw hole over here, and I'm not sure if you could see it. Hold on one second. And of course that didn't work. Hold on. Maybe you can see it, maybe you can't. There's a screw hole right over here because there's a screw hole over here. And the housing is broken. So, like me, there's a loose screw. So, I'm going to switch cameras and I'm going to let you see on the test track. Hold on a sec.
This is where I have to leave it to an AI voice to narrate. I discovered during reviewing the footage that the audio went out of sync. Not cool. The locomotive is on the test track. Connected to the test track is the same power pack with the overload indicator bulb that can alert me to a short circuit. With applying power, the light is on but no movement in either direction. And yet, the overload light did not blink. Curious. The wheels are properly railed on the track. The drive wheels are correctly quartered, so that ruled itself out as a suspect. Still relying on this AI voice, I'm going to show you the underside of the locomotive. Examining the tender, I can clearly see that the axles are correctly oriented. And when I say that they are correctly oriented, it means that the brass wheels on the front and rear axles are where they should be because when right side up, they will be on the negative rail as they should be. I am now going to do the same thing I did at the Greenberg show. Using my other power pack, I connected a lead to the wire connecting the tender to the motor and another lead to the trailing truck. Keep in mind that with Tyco Mantua locomotives that the wire is connected to the negative pole of the motor. This is why I have the lead coated in black attached to the wire. Oopie. What you see is what I saw at the show. Nothing. Let's get this girl running again.
Okay, so I'm inside, and the commutator looks fine. The brushes are intact. Wire is connected, but we got ourselves a loose screw right on the motor, on the magnetic part. I wonder if this is the screw that held oh, where did I put it? Ah, right over here. That held this thing in place. Curious. I'm going to put that in there. You go right over there. Could that have been the cause? Because as I stated in the Greenberg show video when I was sharing my haul, the seller was telling me, "Oh yeah, she runs like a champ. She runs perfectly," and it didn't. Gears could use a cleaning. Clean off all the old lubrication. So I wonder. Could the motor be dead? Because the wiring is fine. So is the motor fried. The windings are fine. Oh, wait a second. Getting a little resistance. Motor is humming. I already see some hair. Come on. It wants to turn. Turn off the power a second. I see hair on the shaft. Wow. Some hair over there. Hairy situation. Fech. Yeah, there is definitely some fibrous substance. Yeah, look at that. Let's see if that made a difference. No. Getting some. The motor wants to turn. Alright. Let's venture deeper into the rabbit hole. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and clean these brushes on either side off camera. Going to clean the commutator and the plates in between, and then we'll come back and see what happens. Alright, so I've already cleaned the brushes, the commutator, the plates in between, put a little air tool oil in a couple of the right spots. So now let's try this again. Oh, we got something. We're just at a little between 60 and 80%. Come on, little fella. Well, this is what we call progress. The wire for the light came disconnected, but to be honest, it was never really firmly connected. But this is very promising. So I'm going to go ahead and clean the gears over here, get that creeping crud away, put on some fresh lubrication courtesy of red lithium. And I took another look. There are no traction tires. It's just really dirty wheels. These wheels are filthy, filthy dirty. So I'm going to clean that as well. One of the mistakes that I made in the when I was doing the Baltimore and Ohio Pacific was I didn't show which screws had to be removed in order for me to get into the drive wheels. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, and it looks like this one is loosey-goosey. That may have also contributed to the to it's not working. This screw over here, directly next to the gear, this is what holds the motor in place. You don't remove that unless you need to. But in order to remove the plate to clean these wheels, 1, 2, 3, 4. So I'm just gonna clean the gears, clean the axles, and then we'll see where we are. Alright, so I got everything cleaned and lubricated. The drive wheels are cleaned. The housings are cleaned. The gears are lubricated. The motor is lubricated. Got the light back, wired back in. And I took my rotary tool and cleaned off the brass wheels that are on the engineer side of the tender, because that would probably help. So now I'm ready to put this thing back together. Let's see if I didn't screw anything up. Okay, so the reassembly wasn't too painful. Everything is where it should be. Had a little trouble with the railings over here, but we're good. We're solid. So I have the power pack on, and we're going to say a few words. Om Shanti Shanti. Om Shanti Shanti. Forward. And reverse. And of course it bumped into the Katie height pin. Hold on a second. I'm going to remove that. So forward again. And reverse. So Did I get the light working correctly? I'm going to turn the lights off to see if I got the light working again. Because when I was servicing it, the wire came off. And I also noticed that it wasn't screwed in all the way, which was why it was also flickering. So the light's on and somebody's home. So this is very promising. I had to use Loctite gel to put the cab back on the body because the screw housing was just gone. I tried screwing it back in and it wouldn't take because there's just no meat in the cab to grab the screw. The threads are gone. So I'm just going to let this cure for a little bit while longer, and then we'll take her to the endurance track. Hang on. Okay, so there's the Chessie sitting on the endurance track. The power pack is on. We're ready to go forward. And here goes something. And we're off to the races at 60% throttle. We're at almost 12 volts. Current draw is halfway decent for the locomotive that hasn't run in a while. And we've just completed the first lap. It just completed its second lap, and here she comes. And the light is working. So I'm going to let this girl stretch her legs since it's been Lord knows how long. I might adjust the throttle percentage, and then we'll lash her up to some cars, see how well she pulls. Be right back. Well, believe it or not, she took off with this entire consist. And there's her matching caboose at the end that I also picked up at Addison. And we are at 65% throttle. Current draw is still pretty good. Voltage is at approximately 12%. But she didn't put up a fuss. She took off. No wheel slippage. Well, it goes beyond a shadow of a doubt that I am a very happy camper. I'm glad I was able to bring this thing back from the dead. And with that being said, I'd like to thank all of my subscribers for their continued support. If you're not a subscriber, there is a link at the bottom right-hand corner. Please like and share. And, as always, thank you so much for stopping by. I'll see you soon.